Hi, welcome back into day 9. Now, when we're going through a period of bereavement and we're doing this type of exercise, I think it can sometimes feel almost a bit disloyal to be stepping away from thought. So, if we're continually experiencing thoughts about a particular person, and in the exercise we're sort of practicing letting go of them, it can feel as though somehow we're moving further away from them. But actually we're trying to create a space, or we are creating a space in which we can experience the connection more clearly, unobscured by thought. The situation, no matter how painful, how heartbreaking it feels, that in itself we're unable to change. But there is nothing that we can do about that. But the way in which we then build layers of suffering on top of that, that's something that we can have an impact on. We can choose whether to get caught up in the thinking about the event, or we can choose. Doesn't always feel like a choice, but often we can get to a point where we can choose to momentarily step out for long enough to reconnect with that feeling, that relationship, being connected with that person. And that's so much more valuable than being caught up, swept away by thoughts that are overwhelming, distressing in some way. So rather than thinking of it as being sort of disloyal in some way, instead actually thinking of it as a way to reconnect with that person. So that's what we're going to focus on today, as you take a moment to get comfortable, eyes open, and when you're ready, just taking some big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with the out breath, closing the eyes, feeling the weight of the body press down. Feel that sensation of the feet or the ankles on the floor, with the hands and the arms resting in the lap or on the legs. And just taking some time to settle in, noticing the different sounds, the different sensations, as you just get comfortable in that space. And then just bringing the attention back to the body. Noticing how the body feels today. And we're not thinking about the body, we're not thinking about the sensations. We're just noticing as we scan down from head to toe, just noticing how the body feels. And then just shifting that attention to the breath. Just settling into the rhythm of the breath now. Again, not thinking about it, trying to change it. Just noticing how the breath feels in the body today. So as we begin to count the breaths, accepting, acknowledging that we can't change the way we feel, but we can choose not to get caught up in the thinking around that feeling. At any time, we can simply acknowledge the mind's wandered and come back to that anchor, that place of safety, confidence, strength, however you think about it, that rising and falling sensation. So just seeing the thought, acknowledging it, and just gently resting the attention back on the breath again. And then just taking a moment. No need to focus on anything now, just for a few seconds, just allowing the mind to be completely free. And then just coming back to the body, coming back to the space around us, just feeling the weight once again of the body pressing down. The arms, hands supported by the legs. Just starting to notice the different sounds, smells, sensations, the space around you. And you can open your eyes whenever you feel ready. Just taking that moment for whatever you need to do. And just remembering that idea as you head into your day or the rest of the day. Knowing that there are these two different aspects to suffering in the mind, to struggle in the mind, stress, however you think about it. There is simply the reality of the situation and discomfort that we experience from that, perhaps intense heartache, loss, whatever you might be going through right now. And that bit knowing that we can't change that. That is part of being human, of sharing these special relationships. And knowing that that will unfold as we continue through this process of adjustment, of grieving, bereavement. But knowing that there is this additional layer of suffering that we can play a part in, that we can choose how we engage in. Knowing that if we see the mind racing off, getting caught up, being overwhelmed, perhaps going down routes that we know are destructive, unhelpful in some way, in that moment we can choose to acknowledge it, to step out of it, and to come back to the rise and the fall of the breath. I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for day 10